Alright everybody, it's the one-man drywall army. I am back. Today's video is going to be about the drywall sanders that I use, when I use it, and when I don't. Alright, before I get going, I'm gonna just say that I usually never sand textures that's gonna have a spray to it. And the reason for that is because ideally I can put it on skillfully well enough to where the texture is just going to cover it. So my suggestion is that if you can't put it on skillfully in a way where the texture is going to cover it, then my suggestion is that you're definitely going to have to sand it. And any one of these three will work in that situation. Alright, so now that I got that out of the way, the first sander I'm going to talk about is this power sander. First thing that I will say that I like about it is that it's pretty light and it sands pretty fast. However, I think that this sander is just a little bit too aggressive when it comes to doing smooth walls, smooth finishes, semi-smooth, hand trowel finishes, anything that needs to be sanded. Just in my opinion, I think they're just a little too aggressive. Now, with that being said, where I like to use these sanders, and I think they actually were made for those very situations, is that, let's say you take over a job where the homeowner tried to do the job themselves, and some of you guys have probably run into at least one of those. Okay, you know that usually it's a mess, and it's going to require a lot of just taking the material back off. So this sander here does a real good job at that. Another situation that I like to use this is, for instance, if you're scraping popcorn. Now that you got the popcorn off the ceiling, a lot of times you're going to end up with some residual popcorn, some dust, some crumbs of that nature. You're going to have that left on the ceiling. This is a good way to just get rid of it all. And the best thing that I like about this sander is that it is dustless. Alright, now moving forward, here's the sander. I use this one more than I use that one. I use this one more than I use that one. Okay, and so out of all the times that I've used this bad boy, only one thing that I can say about this that I really don't like, but it's not that big of a deal, because to me, I think this sanding pad sounds really good. I think it produces a really good finish, and in fact, this is the sander that I use on all my smooth finishes when creating a dust storm is going to be a problem. So this is the one I use. Now where I have a problem with this is basically from the sucking of the vacuum onto the wall surface. It's really hard. You got to use about 3 times as much arm and shoulder to just sand up and down, because it sucks so hard up against the wall. But other than that, I think this thing is a beautiful tool, and I think it's worth every bit of the money I spent on it. You could probably buy this unit right here. I think I paid $200. So you probably get it cheaper, and there's definitely, you can get it for more. Alright, so now the one that I use almost all the time is just going to be your standard 360 radius 360 sanding pad. It comes padded, cushioned, helps you absorb so you're not gouging out your finish. I use this basically on all my level 5 finishes, all my semi-smooth finishes, and all my hand trowel finishes. Anything that's going to get sanded, this is the one I use. If dust is not a problem, which most job sites, it's okay to create it, to have all the dust. The only thing I don't like about it, for the obvious reasons, is that this thing really, you're going to go home dusty, you're going to get it all over you. But There's absolutely nothing restricting your ability to sand fast because there's no suction coming from a vacuum. This thing here, you can move really fast, and so it's a lot easier on your shoulders and your arms than what it would be if you were using this guy behind me. Alright, well there you have it. There's some tidbits, some information on the sanders I use, when I use it and when I don't. I hope that that you got something out of my video today. If you did, please feel free to hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.